with the Colorado scene evolving like it has, which is great news because the West Coast has had a hard time with wrestling, right? Like, there's obviously certain places, New Japan Strong, Pro Wrestling Gorilla, some stuff in Texas, but the West Coast as a whole doesn't quite get the wrestling love that the East Coast does. So the more places, that there can be work there that matter and that streams, because that's one thing that I can imagine getting back on the subject of traveling so difficult. You have to travel so far if you want to travel. If you're in New York, you have Philadelphia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, everything is within like a 6 to 8 hour drive. While for you, 6 to 8 hours, how far like would you even get out if from Colorado if you went like 6 hours north or west?
Uh, if you went west, you'd be in Utah, maybe about to Salt Lake. So that's about as far as you're getting. If you go south, you'd still be in the mountains, but you'd be on the New Mexico side probably, and not super far from Albuquerque. If you went east, you'd be in Nebraska, so that's massive downgrade. Sorry, guys. And if you went north, I'm pretty sure you'd either be at the tip of Wyoming or something. It wouldn't be great. So I mean, yeah, I would say definitely moving to the West Coast was a much better move in terms of the amount of good shows that I can get to now. But it's still, yeah, not the same as if I was on the East Coast. There's a lot more options that are close by. Um, and it is what it is. I definitely think there is an East Coast bias to a lot of like indie wrestling, and I don't know, at the end of the day, like I think West Coast has some insanely underrated wrestlers, some people with some crazy good work rate that don't get the flowers that they deserve. And I think the good thing is now things are finally starting to turn around a little bit. Like we do have stuff like New Japan Strong, we do have, West Coast Pro and Prestige and Defy and all these shows that are, I think, a little bit more highly respected and known as like, work rate shows and whatnot.
And it's getting a little more trendy because for a long time it felt like the only trendy West Coast promotion was PWG, and that's
Certainly.
changed. So
Yep.